Hello. Oh my god. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club. If you're listening to this live, you're a true and honest fan. You're one of the good ones. Here we are in the darkest timeline. My poor YouTube channel receives a strike for that 8-minute long segment of the live stream where I guess I said I didn't know what a Jew was, so they just gave me a strike for hate speech, whatever. It's not even good enough to have no opinion. You have to have strictly positive opinions or say nothing at all. That is the modus operandi here. I'm actually a really big fan of that song. It's called Altered State by Mike Oldfield, who was the only good British person to ever live. He's a crazy man who made an album called Tubular Bells around the time that The Exorcist came out. And the intro, the theme music of The Exorcist is sampled from Sentinel, which is a track from Tubular Bells. But he's like a weirdo. He plays all the instruments himself. And he redid this album like 3 times. And Altered State is from the second album, and it has a really, really weird vocal track on it that I'm quite fond of, even though it is strange. Anyways, let's just get the obvious right out of the way right now.
Joel, fucking get up! Please stop! Please don't shoot me! Joel, please get up! No! 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 Fucking kill you.
Okay, so if you're listening to this in 2026 and we're in a post-apocalyptic society, the coronavirus Mark II, new and improved straight out of Wuhan, has decimated all life on Earth, except for 1% of the population, which is immune and being eaten alive by the other 9% of the surviving population, which is now the living dead. You probably don't have access to a computer that can play video games, such as the fine work by Naughty Dog, who made The Last of Us, and soon The Last of Us 2. Now, what happened? The Last of Us was apparently a good game. I've never played it. But I recognize the characters. I know the name. I think it did have some kind of profound impact on the game industry. Actually, I think it was like a zombie survival game, which you're experiencing now in 2026. It's kind of like that, and it was a good game, I think. Anyways, Last of Us 2, Neil Druckmann, who's an Israeli, no reason to mention that. I'm just mentioning that because, you know, it's like saying if Gong Shi Fang or whatever was the director. It's like saying he came from China. I'm not implying anything with that. But he had a very progressive agenda for the game, and he made the main character Ellie in a relationship with some woman who has like a speak for her nose, and I can't tell if she's supposed to be Arab or Israeli or what. She's probably Palestinian because there's another character who's literally a transgender male to female with like HRT titties who kills both of them, like literally bashes the Palestinian to death. And then you play as the tranny for the rest of the game. And for some reason, Sony or Naughty Dog, whoever the fuck is responsible for this shit, decided that that was a good idea, to take a beloved character from a successful first game and then horrifically mutilate her and then have you play as the killer for the rest of the game. And apparently Sony, or Naughty Dog in particular, Neil Druckmann, mistreated horrifically all their employees. And someone, I think from Brazil, released their copy of important storyline plot points, because it's a story-based game, and they released the plot points for these games. And Sony is very much not pleased by this. Let's see. I'll just read the DMCA I got fucking an hour and 2 minutes ago. So this is from Sony Online Entertainment Europe Limited, from I, Dana Christie, certify under penalty of perjury that I am an agent authorized to act on behalf of Sony Interactive Entertainment Europe Limited or the owner of the certain intellectual property rights. I have a good faith belief that the items or materials listed below are not authorized by law for use by the above-named domain name owner or their agents and therefore infringes the copyright owner's rights. I hereby demand that you act expeditiously to remove or disable access to the material or items claimed to be infringing. Contact information, this person. And then I want to go through this bullshit because it's interesting to me what they claimed. And then they cite the words Last of Us 2. We would appreciate a swift response and action. Please remove the above links. Kind regards, Dana Christie. And I say, fuck you, basically, because it's bullshit. I'm just going to pour through these, open these all up, crash my computer in the process. And we'll take a look at the kind of stuff that they're saying is infringing, and I'll just stop there. So here's a screenshot of the game. Arguably, now it's just a screenshot. I'm assuming that there's post context. So arguably, this is their copyright. I don't think it is, because it's a screenshot. It belongs to the person who leaked it, probably. Screenshot. This one's just a meme, so they have no rights to this whatsoever. This one's a collage making fun of the killings. Here's the more murder. Here's the tranny. Very massive freak, I guess. I guess that's the original unedited version. This one is just a tweet with a screenshot embedded into it, burned into it, of Boone Cotter, an LGBT furry by the looks of the avatar, saying the most cringeworthy aspect of all this shit is the ridiculous narrative that the game developers are all held to ransom by oppressive chokehold of this SJW agenda. And to overlay this image is literally an oppressive chokehold of a transgender person strangling to death the main character of the first game, by the looks of it. And again, this is Sony Online Entertainment Europe Limited saying that this what's on my screen right now is their sole intellectual property, which nobody has any right to post on the internet. They're claiming that under good faith, under penalty of perjury. This is a video that I can't play, but I looked at it on Brave, and I believe it's the same thing I just played, I'm pretty sure, or another one of those scenes. This is an actual page of a forum. I think they're linking specifically to this page because it has the golf club thing, which has become a bit of a meme. Another thing, another screen cap in it. You're never gonna do better than her, whatever that means. That screen cap. Another one. Oh, I guess that is a zombie because that's a zombie right there. And that's the end of that. So that's what they're claiming is their sole intellectual property rights. So I'm saying, no, it's fair use. There's a little bit that I included that I feel is most pertinent. It says, it is not the responsibility of the Kiwi Farms, myself, or my community to manage the trade secrets of Sony Online Entertainment, and the DMCA is not a tool to be used to chill the First Amendment rights of Americans or American entities. I understand you are English and may not understand this, so please familiarize yourself with the exemptions of U.S. copyright law. Because fuck the English, whenever possible. They have to be reminded that they are English, that they lost the war, and they can go fuck themselves. Because they keep forgetting, and they need to be told. They need to be reminded of it. But that's all I have to say about that, I guess, because I don't think I have any more funny videos of it. Because I didn't play The Last of Us one, so I'm not, like, invested into it in the way that a lot of people are. A lot of people are, like, super, super upset by this. But you can thank me. You can thank me for saving you $60, right? That's nice of me. I mean, that's what they're afraid of. They know the game's shit, so they gotta, like, mitigate the damage as much as possible so people don't go out of their way to avoid their shitty game. Because even those who, you know, it's a story-driven game, so spoiling plot elements does kind of hurt sales. But if it's a good game, people will still buy it. You know, I've never been one of those people who is particularly affected by spoilers for some reason. It doesn't bug me as much as it seems to bug other people, you know? Because I watched The Sixth Sense. I watched that movie, like, in my 20s, like a couple years ago, for the first time from start to finish. And I already knew how it ended, because, you know, you can't not know how The Sixth Sense ended, right? And I still enjoyed it. It was still a really good movie, and the execution of the reveal was still good enough that it has that resonance without, even if you know it's coming, they still, you know, it's a good movie. So I don't know. I've never been one of those people who, like, cries over spoilers, but if your twist is all your game has, I guess. But it's not even like a twist. It's just a tranny comes out and murders some people. It's just disrespectful to the fans, which is, you know, the people who would want to buy the game who are not spoiled by it are like, don't buy this game because they're being disrespectful to the franchise and the fans. Anyways, that's enough of that. Let's see what Amber Lynn's up to.
So I'm very proud of myself, I will admit. What is a waffle stomper?
A waffle stomper?
Yeah.
Isn't that one of those things you close?
To make a waffle? I want to get one of those small waffle thingies and make waffle hash browns. Everything I cook sounds good. No, but I'm Googling.
Is it kind of like a blue waffle thing?
Okay, waffle stomper. Why do I'm scared to even look this up because I feel like it's some, like, hate comment.
Nasty, disgusting thing.
Okay. If I get the heebie-jeebies because I feel like it. Okay.
Is it something sexual?
Is this what it is? Someone who takes.
She's like,
someone who takes a dump in the shower and tries to crush it down the drain with their feet. Okay, first of all,
freaking disgusting.
I do that every day for all of eternity. Okay, first of all, that's disgusting.
That's the funny part. She's in denial. She's claiming that she's lost weight, but she's clearly not losing weight. All the fucking fat people, by the way, are boring as shit lately, and they're getting worse. They're all getting worse because they've all become, like, incredibly awful people, as, like, a defense mechanism. It's like they just become worse and worse. Chantal has become so fat and so gross. She's intolerable. And there was one video I was watching. I think I showed it to you guys, where she was like eating and stuff, and of course. Actually, no, I don't think I did. Let me check and see where this is, because I even asked Dick about it. I sent Dick this video, and I'm like, listen to this fat bitch eat and tell me if this sounds like she's done something to her audio. Oh, I can't find it now. If she's done something to her audio to make it... Here, when was this? This was on Sunday. Here, okay. I didn't intend to do this. We're just going to watch this. Because I want you guys to just listen. Use your ears and listen to this. It's not her eating either. It's her in the kitchen, and it just became really obvious to me while watching it. What the fuck? Is this an advertisement? Why the fuck are there advertisements? No. This is not. Okay, there we go. There we go. Are we gonna play?
All right,
Okay,
guys.
listen.
So I'm gonna be making, using this pot.
See, right off the bat, you hear the tin in her voice, and then you hear as she pulls the pan, all that tin from it scraping.
Some extra virgin olive oil. No, I don't need that because this meat
The
is
wrinkling
medium,
of the
so it might have
package.
I don't want it to stick, so I'm just gonna add a little bit. I'm gonna drain it after anyway.
The,
I'm just gonna add a bit here, a splash.
the dragging of the bottle across the countertop and the way it's the screws on is she's done something to her audio to make it as tinny as fucking possible, so that I personally cannot stand to listen to it because it is so grating on my sensitive boy ears. And it's just the worst fucking thing. It's so irritating to have like a muse, to have something you can laugh at, and then have it be stripped away. To be stripped away from me. And I've done nothing wrong. I've been nothing but a good boy all this time. And it's been getting ruined. Like my poor website, my poor 9chan. First day went great. Second day went great. Third day, fucking the pedophiles started posting child pornography, and now the post per hour is like stagnant between about 2,000, 2,400 per day. It's really depressing me. Though there is some interest, like outside interest for the site, but the issue is, it's like, okay, I could just host the site and work on it as a hobby, right? But the issue with hosting the site and having it be really, really slow is that I can't afford to monitor it 24/7, right? I can't get people to cover me and check the files dashboard for like CSAM and shit. So if it does get too slow, I'm gonna have to shutter it just because I won't be able to watch it. You know what I mean? And that would really suck because it's like I guess it's like letting them win, but at the same time, I can't go forward and have it be like this abuse hotspot. You know what I mean? I'm back on Twitch. I never got banned from Twitch. I'm on Twitch for right now, just because I'm on. I know some people can't use D Live, but get mods. I do have mods. There's no problem with it right now. It's just that if it goes too slow, I won't be able to find moderators who'll be able to look at it all the time, and it won't be worth keeping up with that level of investment with no returns. You know what I mean? They'll do it for free. It's very optimistic. So I don't know. I'm gonna keep working on it for a little bit, and then I guess in a month's time, probably about the 9th of next month, I'll decide what I want to do. Because it is very frustrating. Because on one hand, you know, I don't know. It's a lot of emotions. It is kind of like a touchy thing. Because I'm thinking that it is a lot of work, and I do want to see it to completion. But on the other hand, it's like, if it's just languishing, there's no point. But it's at about 100 posts per hour right now, between like 80 and 100, which is fair. It's good for a new site, but it's not good enough for the time. Do what you think will be cool and funny. Don't listen to feelings. It doesn't always work. Oh, Twitch didn't ban me for The Last of Us. Yeah, whatever. Oh, I like this one. Someone drew me this, and I'm appreciative of it. At least the fan art's been good. People have been drawing lots of stuff, and I always like art. Fan art is like the lifeblood of any kind of community. When you get people who don't... When your community is like lost that artistic fire, and people don't make funny edits, and they don't draw stuff, and they don't do stuff like this, then it's already dead. It's like the soul of it. It's not good enough to have like posts. You have to have people who like contribute actively. Okay, here's my favorite clip ever made. Where is it? Oh no. Oh wait, here it is.
Woo! You punk ass motherfuckers can't hold me down, my nigga. You can sit back and try to put your goddamn foot on my motherfucking throat all you want to. But as I prove time and time and time and time and time a fucking again, I will rise from the fucking ashes. Motherfucker, I've been shot 7 times, motherfucker, and I'm still breathing.
I think that's eat that pussy 2499 or whatever the fuck his name is. And that's Alinity's cat. Now why would I be talking about Alinity? Oh my god. It's because she's made a mistake, and the best thing to come out of this mistake is this right, like the moment after disaster, because she just looks like a thumb. This is the face of someone who has like shit themselves internally and is reeling from the mistake they immediately just made. Why does she have alcohol on her counter? Does Twitch let you drink on live stream? I didn't think Twitch let you drink. Can I drink? Am I allowed to drink to drown my sorrows in? I might need to. Don't show it. I'm not going to show it. This is the screen cap. It's just such an unattractive face. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying that she's like ugly. I'm just saying that this face is pretty hysterical. Eat that pussy 445. That's right. That's right. My bad. Dude, it's mad at the internet. Everything is mad at the internet. I have that name everywhere. I don't think I can play anything from her because it's just, oh, here, this is the only other funny thing about this besides her face is a Keemstar, or not specifically Keemstar. She got banned for 24 hours and her message is 24 hours, not long enough. I'm actually trying to get it extended to 3 days. Like, bitch. Nobody thinks you're a hero for trying to extend your fucking ban. Like, come the fuck on. What is she trying to do with that? I'm trying to get my ban extended. Like, why? Because are you ashamed that you get special treatment? Is that why you're trying to get it extended? As opposed to just not logging on for 3 days? You have to make a show of it. Like, oh, I got banned for a week just like everybody else. Everyone else who breaks this rule gets a week. She gets banned for 24 hours and she thinks, oh shit, everyone's gonna know I'm sucking dick to get this kind of special treatment. I need to get this extended. That must be it. Because I can't think of any other context where someone would be ashamed to try and increase their own ban, as opposed trying to increase their own ban without just like staying offline. Like, hey, I need a week to, like, you know, think about things, to think about my life and my career. I need a week of pizza to relax after this trauma of exposing my baloney nipples to everyone on the internet. No, I'm trying to get my ban extended. What a good person. She's really looking out for the little guys by extending her own ban. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. That's enough of Alinity. Speaking of Twitch, I saw this video and I want to share it because it's pretty funny. I'll describe what's happening for people listening.
Also, can someone explain to me why people don't like...
what do you call it?
Donated $2.
Stay legendary,
So far, it's just a whammon, and then it's like cutting to this movie shit, right? Nothing going on so far that's of particular interest if you're just listening.
Poggers, thank you. Anywho's.
What about cursing?
Okay, so in the background, someone slipped and fell, and I think that's a guy, and I don't know who this person is, so there is a chance that maybe she's not supposed to have men over at her apartment, but she sees that he slips, and she gets up and laughs and runs after him. Now, she is out of the room. She has exited the room, and just in her webcam is now just facing her gamer chair, which appears, I don't know if I'm like a pervert, but there's like brown stains on the white upholstery, which is kind of gross. So there's just the stained gamer chair as she runs away.
Officer K.
Now, the text-to-speech for the donation has just arrived.
Donated $600. I love you, please be my girlfriend.
This message is read out to an empty chair because of the delay. She is literally not even in the room. The screen is covered in simps as the movie character begins to reel and suffer. $600. I assume she comes back and reads like the messages she missed, but the timing is just hysterical because she didn't even hear it. His "I love you" didn't even get robo-dialed to her. She's gonna have to read it. It's just excellent video. Perfect. The world of being a Twitch thought is like the most depressing shit in the entire fucking that has ever existed. Like, people it probably ever will exist. Maybe not. I'm sure they'll invent something more pathetic. But people in the past would look at something like that and just like reel. They would have an existential crisis. Here. I don't think. Did I play this? Let's see. Sunday, April 26th. No. Here, this must be new then.
So, Who Is She is back. If I were you, I would stop trying to, I would stop reaching out to anybody at Kiwi Farms, because they're going to use each and every email. They're going to post all of them. All of that communication is going to be posted. And Josh will do it himself. So if you're trying to reason with him, if you're trying to appeal to, any kind of sense of kindness in him, he doesn't have any. He's a troll. He doesn't give a fuck. Look at the site he runs. You know, he is a libertarian free speech absolutist.
That's right.
He's still mourning the loss of 8chan.
That's right.
Okay, so he's not going to do you any favors. So just don't even bother. It's not going to work.
I'm not sure where this came from, and I don't know who that woman is, but I think she's a Jewish lawyer. And who is she? The person she mentions at the beginning of that clip is that the person who authored that email that I had Overmom read as the intro 2 streams ago. So apparently she paid like a certain amount of money for this person for this person's consultants regarding her situation and what she should do. And her response was that. And somehow it got posted on the internet. And it arrived to me and has become a source of pride and entertainment for me. So I appreciate those kind words from whomever that woman is. Jewish, I say, yes. I believe so. She fits the bill. She definitely fits the bill. Oh shit, I might run out of stuff today. I'm unprepared. I've been suffering. No. I have more reviews. I have another review that's worth talking about. There's something called MGTOW TV. And I guess that's where incels like post their manifestos before they kill themselves. But this person did a review on MGTOW TV of the Kiwi Farms, and it's worth a listen to.
Okay, so here's MGTOW news. Let's do a First Amendment audit on the domestic terrorist website KiwiFarms.com, run by
So his channel is called MGTOW, sorry, not Incel News, MGTOW News, and his reviews of websites are called a First Amendment report. And he starts off very strongly. He sums up the Kiwi Farms as a domestic terrorist website ran by
Joshua Connor Moon, a man that said he wants to kill all Jews and Muslims by skinning them and cutting off their heads and shit like that.
Can I take a second to appreciate how this game of telephone plays out for me? Every time I read my bio on some news article or some website about the forum, like my list of sins like explodes in some weird and strange direction. So somehow my necklace building hobby was contorted into an act of anti-Semitism, and now this person believes that my necklace building hobby is like flaying people alive and beheading them, because I guess I'm like internet ISIS. I'm trying to build a totem of skulls to complement my fucking necklace now or something. It's very strange, because even that the after Christchurch, that woman on news.com.au said that I was like an incel and I lived in a basement with my mom. First of all, if you're going to write about me and they're going to claim that I live with my mom, stop saying that I live in a basement, because I'm from Florida, and Florida is on a fucking sandbar. You cannot build basements in Florida because the soil has a really high water level. It can't support a basement. It would flood. You can't do that. There are no basements in Florida. You fools.
Yeah, crazy website full of domestic terrorists, mentally ill, unmedicated, autistic, and even other mentally ill, disabled.
If you have a voice like that, you cannot call someone else autistic. Not to throw stones from my beautiful glass house, but I'm just saying.
Mentally ill, disabled, lunatics, possibly inbred. I don't know what goes on that shit. And let's see how they fail to grasp MGTOW, okay? Here, read this for yourself on this.
We failed to grasp it.
They clearly are just exaggerating. They're not gonna stop MGTOW. It's like you can't stop. They're trying to stop the MGTOW wall. It's not gonna happen. Never gonna happen. Maybe Joshua Connor Moon just totally recruited a bunch of feminazis onto his website, since I don't know what the fuck he is anyways. He's a crazy motherfucker that has been doxxed many times, and there's other websites that show his home address. I could put his home address out there if I wanted to, because he is a terrorist. His family are a bunch of terrorist sympathizers.
Oh no,
and shit like that. It's websites run by terrorists, run by mentally ill, unmedicated terrorists.
Can I take a second to pause and reproach this idea? How is the forum everything people hate? That's probably my favorite thing about the forum, is how anybody who is angry at the site finds a way to pin blame on it. Like there was when eHentai was looking like it would go down, and I think there was some other lolicon website that we had a thread on. When those sites went down or were looking to go down, people blamed the forum and called us like social justice warriors. When Poll talks about the forum, they call it like a tranny place, and they say that all the staff are trannies, which is just wrong. It's like just ridiculously wrong. And then anyone on the left, it's an incel neo-Nazi haven, and then or I guess we love Israel, I guess. I don't know. It's just, or TERFs. If you're a transgender person, it's a TERF haven too. It's whatever you don't like, and people can find things to suit that worldview, regardless of what it is.
And they think, oh, MGTOW hates women. No, we don't want anything to do with women. With some MGTOW date, it's fine with that. They think MGTOW don't date. Some MGTOW date. We just don't want to marry or cohabitate or have children. Is there nothing wrong with that? And we recruit more men every day, because these fuckers will realize one day that their terrorism and shit like that, and their sympathizing for feminazis is gonna be shit. Look at this shit. A bunch of retards that can't grasp reality because they just watch anime and play video games all day like fucking idiots.
Well, if you're not looking to have sex or kids, what are you doing besides playing video games and watching anime? I didn't realize that MGTOW didn't want. What is the okay? What? Someone tell me what MGTOW is. Because I thought the whole point of it was that you just build up yourself, right? So are they all like voluntarily in celibate, or like I thought the whole point was don't worry about women and focus on yourself or whatever, and then women will come to you. Why is this guy talking about correct casual? They are projecting. Yeah, men are going their own way. I think, like, you can hear this guy and you can hear his voice and you can hear the cadence to his voice and his inarticulateness, and it really, it comes across that he's like super stupid. And I think that a lot of these people are just dumb. You know what I mean? They're low IQ. They probably stink. They don't have anything special about themselves, and they're angry at women because women obviously don't want to like breed like monkey children who stink and can't take care of themselves. So they just blame women as a whole, and especially because they usually have really high standards. Like, if you want to fuck like trailer trash, you can probably find someone, regardless of who you are, right? Like, Christian could probably find someone if he was willing to stoop low enough, right? But they always have this unrealistic standard of beauty. And not only that, not only do they want like a super attractive woman who's like just not even real, like, because even the most attractive women don't look perfect when they're not in like ideal lighting with makeup and stuff, right? People are just people, but men who aren't socialized seem to think that there is like this unrealistic standard of beauty that exists on Twitch because women on Twitch can set up their cameras and lighting and makeup lighting and shit and get all that ready before they go live. They think that's like a real thing that actually exists. And then they want that, and then on top of wanting someone who's exceptionally unrealistically beautiful, they want someone who is like a mommy who will take care of them. They want a woman who is literally flawless, willing to accept someone who has no value to society or to a relationship or to making kids. And then they want to be taken care of by that person. And anything shy of that is society working against them. And that we need government mandated women. And women are all feminazis and shit. And I mean, there are women who are like feminazis, but in general, the problem is usually closer to home.
Play your fucking video games that you have to like pay into it to get features and shit like that. Video games are dead. These fuckers are stupid as fuck. Look at that. They don't realize that us MGTOW men are making it financially and shit like that. We're doing what we can to survive, and these fuckers just live with their fucking parents. I mean, there's nothing wrong with living with their parents and stuff, but they don't even contribute to living with their parents. They're just fucking leeches and sponges. At least, you know what? I help my mom and things like this, and these fuckers are just stupid as fuck. They don't do anything. They're not even breadwinners. All they do is just play video games all day. Stupid fucks.
Someone in chat said women are never at fault, right? I think that if you are sufficiently filling your role in a relationship as a man, women don't really have the opportunity to fuck up. Like, it's either you're not doing enough to keep the ship afloat, or the woman you're with is like psychotic and broken and you're like a retard who can't say no. That's the thing with iDubbbz. You know what I mean? Like, iDubbbz, that's his first girlfriend. And he doesn't know that if you're in a real relationship, it feels better. You know what I mean? Like, when I in my deep lore, in my first kind of like foray, it was really bad, but because it was what I had and it was the first thing I ever had, I didn't know that you should just leave and find someone who isn't a whore on OnlyFans. Like, iDubbbz just doesn't have experience, and somehow, like, he's 30 and, like, super famous. How the fuck is that your first girlfriend? Just walk away. Just walk away. Literally, you would lose nothing. You would lose nothing, and you would find a replacement woman, like, immediately. And it would feel better, because they're not, like, a psychotic, ambiguous ethnicity Canadian woman whore. Yeah, I think it is his first girlfriend. He looks like a pedo. Yeah, well, his hairline has not been kind to him. I'm sure the stress of having a whore girlfriend doesn't help either. You know, those fucking DMCAs, I'm still filing counters to them because they're all coming in now, and I have to deal with it and file my countersuit and say, yes, this is bullshit. I don't know why you're still processing these. They're clearly fucking bullshit. She is Irish, Arab, Canadian. How very diverse. React to this person making a... Oh, is it the video that I posted on Twitter that got me banned? I'm pretty sure this woman reported me and got me banned. I should have deleted this as soon as I realized. Yeah, this woman, she's like a... Comments are still turned off. I didn't want that. Content warning, stalking, harassment, transphobia, homophobia, racism, anti-Semitism, suicide, Islamophobia, and various offensive slurs. Now, I can't sit through all of this because it's 30 minutes long and it's really shitty. And the audio is just terrible, but I will sit through a couple minutes of it.
Beware, viewers, for you are about to see a different side of this girl of 19. There is no need to know who I am. I will say that my name is Kaku-chan. Flower Gothic seems like an SJ.
Okay, so as we've established already, this woman is immensely autistic. She's like one of those. She's like a modern day equivalent of this. Hold up, I'm gonna throw everyone a flash from the past.
Hi, me is Rita Chantes. I love all kinds of Japan and anime. I love going to anime conventions and meeting all my new super kawaii friends just like me. See you there.
Actually, this video is better. We'll sit through this one a bit. If for some reason you're so new to the internet you don't recognize this already, and you're just listening, it has been 15 years since this video was put out, like in 2006. I still cannot tell if it was a man or a woman, and I cannot tell if it's irony or not. Here's the best line. Here's the best part.
Ohio! Such a kawaii morning. Such a kawaii morning.
It has been literally 15 years, and sometimes I still think of this line, and I tell people, such a kawaii morning, as I wake up. It's perfectly mimetic. It's stuck in my head. Anyways, back to this, which is much worse.
But there are things she hasn't told you. Call-ups, plagiarism.
If you're listening to this, by the way, you can't really appreciate the spastic hand flailing that's going on. It's definitely some kind of stimming.
Galore. Let me show you the truth of this whore.
She's like showing her screen. It's like a PowerPoint presentation. Due to the lack of objective articles on the history of Kiwi Farms and its users, some details may be inaccurate. I apologize in advance if I say anything wrong. At least that's honest. Oh god. Okay, so how do I describe her? She said she's 19. She looks like she's 24. She looks like a gothic girl from high school that's overdeveloped, and she's wearing a fedora. And I think her hair, it's terrible. Why is she like filming her screen?
I have seen many problematic things in my I have scoured the Sonichu wiki and witnessed questioned Western.
So she's obviously like super. It's weird. Women don't usually get autism. Like men are way more autistic than women. I don't know why. It must have something to do with like the masculinization of the fetus or something that causes autism. Because women don't get it as bad. But when they do, it's kind of like quirky autism, and it's not like hideous, stinky autism like men get.
Chandlers plummet to insanity. I've explored the dark, rationalist side of YouTube. I've even learned what resulted in Amanda Todd's suicide so long ago. But
she's like reading. You can literally hear the paper crinkling in her hands as she's reading off a script in front of what looks like her mom's bedsheet hung up on a wall.
there is one corner of the internet few dare to go to. One where the worst of people is exposed to achieve some sick, twisted form of entertainment.
She really reminds me of Chris. And doesn't this remind you of like really old-timey Chris standing in front of his webcam in his bedroom, like with his hands flailing and say, "This is the worst kind of offense. You take that ED page down now." It reminds me of that. I wish she would make more videos. She's too self-aware though. She already locked down everything.
That corner is the forum, the shitbag quarantine, Kiwi Farms.
I don't think it's a tranny.
Kiwi Farms is a forum where those young or old, left or right, black or white, but mostly young, cis, straight white men from what I've seen,
can
keep track of.
Yeah, that's her. That's literally her right now. She's playing the clip I was just referencing.
Lol cows all around the internet. What is a lol cow? The official definition is a person you get extensive laughs from who doesn't know they are being made fun of. From what I've seen,
it's not true.
That's what these farmers down at Kiwi County do, milking these cows for their entertainment.
See, I can't play too much of it because the audio was just so fucking bad. She was hitting the ceiling on her mic constantly, which is why it pops like that.
It's fun for the whole family. You can partake in it if you follow these simple rules. 1. Have common courtesy. 2. Handle problems like an adult. 3. Don't post for attention. 4. Don't gimmick post or posting with an annoying personality. 5. Don't sock puppet. 6. Don't plead for...
You're okay, you're on the mic. You're recording your voiceover. If you stutter while recording your voiceover, like I just did, I'm doing it live though, you can literally just delete that and go back over it and say it again. If you really gave a shit.
For sympathy.
So, what exactly is this milk the forum users want? Well, it seems as though its users thrive off of their victims partaking in embarrassing activities. These can range from incredibly compromising photos.
Who the fuck is that?
In embarrassing activities. These can range from incredibly compromising.
What the fuck is that? Where did she find this? What the fuck am I looking at? Why did she post this?
Photos to left-leaning content they don't like.
In what
oh, Aaron. Okay, I don't know who that is. Ow.
He's over $350,000 for a quote-unquote charity called Mermaids UK, which brainwashes children to undergo gender reassignment surgery. He did this by streaming Donkey Kong 60.
Yeah, see, it's like that. It's really fucking grating. I didn't watch through all of it because the voice quality is just so terrible. What's this? I'll skip to some part. We'll pick up there. Just skipped in the middle. 1303, perfect.
13? I was an edgy person then, eating junk food whenever I could and saying that SJWs are garbage or something. I don't recall much of how I was at that age, to be frank.
Guys, Spargoth again. Today I'm going to be doing Legend of the Titanic, the English version. Yes, it exists.
What the fuck is she talking about?
It's rather
oh my god, what is happening?
Is acting like how I was as a preteen, huh?
Number 4, all the world's a stage. This is the Shakespeare quote. Sorry, a Shakespeare quote. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts.
I guess I just do not understand.
What the fuck is happening?
I have a confession to make. I've spent a few months lurking on the farms, watching their conversations and actions.
She's doing research. I wonder how many of the daily people who log in and read the forum like are in their heads justifying it by saying that they're only doing research. It must be like a significant proportion. I'm gonna guess like 100 people a day log in every single day and read like their haunts just like everyone else, but they say they're doing it for research. It has to be like something like that. I think she's trying to be like a Plinkett or something, or like a down the rabbit hole, but she's like terrible.
Next. And one thing that scares me is how good of a stalker the forum can be. Take one of my favorite YouTubers, ContraPoints, for example.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Controversies surrounding her, but we're going to put this aside for the sake of this video as they're irrelevant in this context. They found her pre-transition name, her old YouTube channel, her address, or at least the one as of 2017, and her personal Facebook. Granted, some of these wouldn't be too hard to find if you look deeply enough in public records, but it's still incredibly creepy.
Well, for a plot device, the producers demanded that my mom move to here in Albuquerque, so...
What the fuck? What is this? Is this her?
The producers demanded that my mom move to here in Albuquerque, so...
But they also drag old controversies, old career...
Oh, she's saying that it's not too hard to find an address because people are sloppy and shitty with their personal information. Because that was like a clip of her from a different video where she's giving out her address, or her mother's address. I think that's what she's going for. You see, this is like video editing to the eyes of someone who's heavily autistic.
Purity material out of the depths of hell to try and expose people of their sins. In some cases, that isn't necessarily a bad thing. For example, they've called out known white supremacists and potential Bond villain Richard Spencer. That's nice, although they do use...
You know who she reminds me of? Hold up, I have to pull this up. I don't know her name. Fuck. Who is... It was Mike's from, Oh, here. Perfect. This woman, Mike's old girlfriend from Red Letter Media. She looks a lot like her, except like with black hair and less fat and kind of younger. But she's got like the same kind of face going on. Do you see it? Do you see it, chat? Because I can see it. This is what I can think of.
Some not so good words to describe the people around him. But they also...
I think I'm done with this. I'll skip to like the last 2 minutes. Let's see. 30 minutes, 27. Let's do 27. Let's see. How does she sum this up? Sum it up for me in a nutshell, lady. I ain't got all day.
Trans people and don't consider them real human beings.
Oh.
Years ago, that could be used against me on Kiwi farms. They'd call me a hypocrite and not truly bisexual, just as they consider trans people and don't consider them real human beings. And I wouldn't be an isolated incident. Several people...
Why are all autistic people like sexual degenerates? Why is there no such thing as someone who is both straight and autistic? I think homosexuality is a symptom of autism, and that's why they're so socially abnormal as well. You know what I mean? I think I'm onto something. I want to hear a Japanese sociologist's opinion on the link between autism and sexology, and why we need to finally cure autism to rid our society of these ills.
Have Kiwi farms pages are considered hypocrites due to things they did or said long ago. So let me tell you this. People change. People aren't the same as they were 10, even 5 years ago. I'm sure not. People learn more about themselves every day. So why hold maniacal things against them? Note, I said maniacal. If they committed a serious crime or worked to limit human rights, they should obviously be held accountable. But
if they committed a serious crime or worked to hinder human rights. So if you say that gay people shouldn't get married, then it doesn't matter if it's been 50 years and you've cut off your right hand to apologize. You should still be held accountable for it.
My post from 2008? Really?
Now the world knows all your sins against me. You will never win.
Actually, I'm kind of okay with that.
What do you mean that you're okay? Aren't you saddened by...
No, I am not letting you take over this video. I am not going to give you power over
She's
me.
talking to herself.
I know I can't change your mind, so I'm not going to try. And if you want to mock me for mistakes I've made and people have heard wrong the way, go for it. I regret my past. I really do. I want to do over half the things I did if I could go back in time. But hindsight is 20/20, and I thought what I was doing was just fine at the time.
What the fuck?
Everyone thinks that way about their own mistakes. I'm sure you have your skeletons that you don't want revealed. And you know what? You're probably scared. You hide yourself from the world to avoid the cannibalization Kiwi Farms does. The mask gives you the freedom to do and say whatever you want, huh?
I bet she okay, I don't know. I don't want to sexualize autistic people because I might get in trouble. But I'm just saying. I don't know. It's like, I guess her argument is that people the right to be forgotten. I don't believe in that. Like I have all this shit that people love to throw at me from like literally 14, 13 years ago, and I don't know. It doesn't get to me. It doesn't, and people don't tend to hold it against me. So I think that anyone who I think people greatly overestimate how much that. But then again, I don't know. I don't live a normal life. I think that a lot of people are afraid because everyone is kind of like a fuck up, right? But the problem is, in contemporary times, your personal life and professional life never separate. Your entire life is now in service to your professional career, especially on the internet. People search who you are, and they find things that they don't like. Then you're in trouble for it. You're on the hook for it. I don't have to worry about that. I just have to win public opinion in the areas where it matters, right? But for most people, if you are, if you have drama, even if it's like inconsequential drama, even if it's just like your name on the thread, it still does damage to your professional reputation because any kind of stuff like that is a red flag to employers. And that's the shit that people should really want to change. Like, why is it that now all of us have to put on this facade of professionality all the time? Nobody is allowed to take off their mask and be like a normal person anymore. Because if you fuck up, it'll haunt you in your career for the rest of your life. So everyone all the time has to act a specific way that is conflating with business interests for companies they don't even have a relationship with yet, because those companies are afraid of potential embarrassment down the road because the outrage mob is all powerful. If anyone gets nasty emails, if anyone gets a complaint about someone, they get spooked and they drop you immediately. And that is a serious societal problem that is going to cause significant issues in the future, because there's going to become a time as privacy lessons and people are getting on the internet younger and younger that everyone's going to have dirt on them. Either everyone's going to have dirt on them, or the governments of the world are going to legislate the internet in such a way that you can't have dirt floating around on the internet. Shit like the Kiwi Farms and Encyclopedia Dramatica are going to be criminalized, and only certified repositories of personal information like the ADL are going to be allowed to exist, I don't know, maybe the companies of people growing up this era, like the people who are my age, turning 30, going into their 40s just now, are going to be the ones who are operating companies soon. And maybe they won't give a fuck the way that companies by people who are older than us in their 50s right now do care about. Because it can't, like, this cannot continue. This whole thing about... Because I don't know. I don't know how to sum up my feelings about this because it is strange. I feel bad for normies. Because my favorite thing is like the Pajeets in India who have like this really squeaky clean public image of themselves in suits, and they put it up their LinkedIn and they try to bloat it with all this bullshit. And they have like such a meticulously crafted public image that any tarnish at all could destroy entirely. It's like everyone focuses so hard on making themselves look so good on the internet, and because it's super important. It's super important to getting hired. And that has to change at some point. We're gonna have to come to the realization that we as a species are ugly, stinky monkeys that like to put our pee-pees in weird things and say retarded shit all the fucking time. And we're either going to have to come to that realization and then enforce laws that clean up public perception of people, or we're going to have to come to that realization and just deal with the fact that your employees are a bunch of sick fucking freaks into weird shit and let that be its own thing that doesn't interfere with your business regardless of how people complain about it. Because right now it's just weird, and the value of labor is so low that companies have the freedom to be picky about who they hire. You know, if you're a potential liability to their company and their company's image, they just don't have to give a shit. All right. I think that's it. Anything else I should talk about? Is it like a porn bot? Why does every website have like spammers? That's so old school. Death of image boards. I don't know. It is particularly frustrating me with the whole 9chan thing. It's at 9chan.tw, by the way, just in case you're wondering. It is very frustrating to me how certain people in particular are unwilling to try the site entirely because I run it. It's like, I don't know. I'm working very hard to make it better. I don't know why. Like, people from V in particular just won't give it a chance. They would rather post on a site that's just like a quarantine ran by fucking Mark. I can't say that because his site's dead, but they would rather try anything else. It's like, okay, well, suit yourself. It is frustrating though. I don't know who Susie Lou is. What do people like? I hate the fucking I hate DLive. I gotta admit, I really fucking hate the fucking stickers and having to turn off the fucking stickers all the time. It's such a bullshit task. V is shit and Smash Fags need to end hero. Best board on 9chan right now is the amateur developers. Amateur game developers board. It's nice seeing people talk about that stuff. Because, you know, I happen to have some experience in amateur game development myself. I worked on this little project called Breathing Simulator. It's quite popular with my fan zone. Twitter is still alive and doing shit? Yeah, barely. He sent me some bitchy fucking email recently, and I just ignored it, because who gives a shit? He's a broken record. He's been repeating the same fucking bullshit for like 60 years now. Oh, no, don't you worry. I was going to mention that before I closed out. Jabba the Hutt has officially released his album. It's a big day. I don't even know what to call him. Like Jabba the Hutt and Liquid Richard. Because they have something magic going on where they remix people into like a diss track with sampled lines from shit they say. And it's really fantastic. This came out last week, and I've been angry ever since.
It is one of the most popular video games available right now.
It's 20 minutes long. I can't watch that. There was some kid who killed himself because he broke his monitor playing Fortnite, and then he literally hanged himself in his closet. He smashed his monitor in a fit of autistic rage, and then fucking hanged himself with a belt in the closet because he was so angry at Fortnite. Okay, this better be good. And then I'll close it out because I don't want to drag on. No, this is a different guy. I'll listen to it later. Alright, you guys are giving me shitty links. I'm done. Check out Jabba the Hutt's new album, which is called Chronicles of a Cuck, I want to say. What is that? I think it's Chronicles of a Cuck. Yeah, Chronicles of a Cuck by Jabba the Hutt. I'll play one of my favorite songs by it. It's fucked how funny that is. Yeah, it is pretty funny. Fuck Zoomers. Alright, take it easy, guys. I'll see you next week. And this will be up on the podcast earlier than the last one was. Yep, take it easy.
My threshold for certain things is a lot, well, higher than maybe some other people out there, but I have reasons for that. And to understand why I am the way that I am and why I like what I like, you have to know me as a person. And I'm breaking it down for you right now. Crack, smoke, rum, and coke. In my home, usually there's about 100 folks and one fat chode with a dumbass chode, but they ain't here to see Matt no more. One of them squeezing my girl's left titty. One of them's traveling to G-Spot City. One of them's got his hands way up in her shitty. One of them's sticking 25-inch in me. Do I care? No, I'm a degenerate cuck. Look at these black gentlemen ramming their black genitals in my butt. I still got medical problems from when Medicare dropped the Ballad of the Hutt nigger. What am I just supposed to sit here and watch? The damn Sasquatch put his fat lips to her crotch. Oh, you fucking black bastard. He's having a munch. She's like, bastard. But if that's what she wants, and I guess that's what she wants, a couple of niggers for fun, tribalistic and dumb, a little bit of tongue cleanup for me when it's time of the month. I guess that's why she calls me blood-sucking cunt. I just do what she says, sit at the foot of the bed while she's giving some magnificent head-to-head. She's got her headphones on, legs wide open, getting off listening to Jabba the Hutt. He's getting ready to nut. I'm getting ready to wipe clean. It's probably going to be in her snatch, most likely, but it might be in her mouth or her feet. Tyrone going for a world record release. I love the way you look and the way you smell. Yeah, shake that shit, girl, make it swell. From the way you walk in, yeah, I can tell that you've been spreading that puss for someone else. So fuck that nigga, lick his asshole, make his dick get bigger. They fuck that nigga, cock this fat nigga, and get 2 fucking kids out of that nigga. Always the girlfriend, never the wife. Now she's sending me out, knowing I'll get coronavirus and die. Dumb faggot. Get out there and just socialize and start spreading that shit. Yeah, spread your lies. God damn, Matt, why? Don't you realize even Jay Christ wants to put an end to your life? His job is to get in between these thighs. Your job is to deliver that egg, fried rice, and shut your fat diabetic mouth. Only open it up when you know what you're talking about. And you know how pathetic you sound. Damn, I'm out of rubber. Why don't you walk into town? Got an African at 1, Puerto Rican at 2. Your next kid will probably be a mix of the 2. He might come out 1/3 Mexican too. The most traumatized kid in the school. Your daddy's nothing but a spineless bitch terrified of vaginas, giving me nightmares as I was about to sleep. Then Tyrone let out the fucking beast. I love the way you look and the way you smell. Yeah, shake that shit, girl, make it swell. From the way you walk in, yeah, I can tell that you've been spreading that puss for someone else. So fuck that nigga, lick his asshole, make his dick get bigger. They fuck that nigga, fuck a white nigga. How about a 25% nigga? It's time to bust out the steam cleaner. Damn straight. God, that black dick looks amazing. Oh my god. Fuck me. No. I don't mean actually fuck me. No. Boogie is a cuck. Destiny is a cuck. Matt Jarbo is a cuck. Idubs is a cuck. Disgusted.